for today. We have in total 45 minutes, and we have kind of a very ambitious one. And I will guide you now what the plan is. The first point is a short introduction. So I will introduce you to the agenda and also tell you a little bit about myself. So who I am, what I do, and why I believe I know what I'm talking about. Then I will provide kind of a quick overview of in 5 minutes, I will provide an overview of all the most relevant tools we know for management consultants, and we'll introduce you to the structure and how we compiled it. Then we will invest 10 minutes of your and our time in presenting the sum of the tools. Of course, we cannot, I believe we have more than 100 tools in the overview, so we'll pick 3, the most exciting ones, and present them to you and show you how they work. So not just to tell you how they work and why I think they are amazing also for consultants, but how exactly they work. Then we would show you how Brian works. This is our digital baby, which was extra created for the needs of management consultants. So in 10 minutes, we will show you how our digital assistant for consultants work. Then I would like to, at 18, so at 6, I would like to introduce, let you to ask your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them as good and as fast I can within 12 minutes then. And then the last 3 minutes that we have kind of closing remarks, what would be our advice, how we could proceed, or where you can read more information about the most amazing tools for consultants. Once again, I said it also in the first 1-2 minutes, feel free to ask your questions during my presentation in the comments. And Sonia, member of our team, will then communicate or ask the questions myself when we come to the questions and answer section. Okay, so this is how we are gonna do it, so we can manage it in this time. And without further ado, I would say I introduce myself, and then we just jump into the consulting tool landscape. So about myself, I'm Pavel Šikula. I'm the founder and CEO of AskBrian. I've been myself for 15 years in top management consulting, Roland Berger and Stan Stewart, dealing with support functions optimizations in large companies like Siemens, Robert Bosch, Lufthansa, RWE, and so on. And I love challenges. Therefore, I also try to master the challenge of Ironman. I mastered it twice. And the probably biggest challenge of my life is to build Brian and AskBrian, which I'm doing now since December 2017. And all these 3 are the key challenges of my life. I love to see that if you are ready to go the extra mile, you keep disciplined, and you are ready to invest some time into some activities, you can master things other people think are unimaginable. And this is in the case of challenging consulting projects, mastering Ironman, or building your own company. So now we come into the actual content of our webinar. And this is what we've done. So based on my experience in 15 years in consulting, and now dealing very much with the consulting tool landscape, we are reviewing, so to say, on daily basis, tools which management consultants use to be smarter, more informed and efficient in the way how they conduct consulting. And also, it's not just related to management consultants, but also knowledge workers, also strategy departments, and many other areas. But in this tool stack we compiled in the beginning of the year 2022, we summarized, so to say, in a structured way, what we believe are the tools the consultants should know in order to really be smart and up to date what's going on. So really the human workforce, which is so limited currently, is really invested in the best possible way. And how is structured it? So we created 6 superclusters like file handling, research, slide graphics, collaboration tools, basic tools, and some more tools which were difficult to organize in one of the other areas. And in each of the super clusters, we have created some specific ones. For example, when it comes for file handling, what are the best translation tools? So what are the best translation tools? What are the best grammar checking tools, and so on? For example, in the area of slide graphics, what are the best sources of PowerPoint templates, icons, PowerPoint productivity, and so on. So we have in total 37 categories with 3 top tools according to our experience and what we hear from our cooperation partners and clients. What are the top 3 tools you need to have in mind? Every of these tools has, of course, some strengths, some white spots, of course, completely different pricing models and so on. But we believe that this is all you need. So this is 95% of the tools you need to know as consultant. Of course, we will update this landscape because we learned about new interesting providers, and there will be an update of this landscape. But there have been also a lot of questions regarding this, the top tools, increasing the productivity of management consultants. And therefore, we also thought we'll offer this training to give you some hints and some insights how of these tools work. I asked myself, okay, how to do it? How can I guide through 100 tools or 5 or 10? And then I thought I will tell you about tools which I believe are not familiar to everyone. And I believe that may play, also, especially in the future, important role in state-of-the-art consulting practices. So, and therefore, I just picked from 3 different categories some tools. The first one I would like to introduce you to is from the research area, is wolframalpha. The second one I will introduce to you is synthesia. It's a way how you can engage your clients, prospects, and also employees in completely new ways via synthetic video creation. And then also one tool from the to-do management and collaboration sphere. I know that the most consultancies are, at least with which we talk, are using Asana and Trello from to-do management, but I would like to show you also how Monday works and how we are using it at AskBrian, and I believe this is quite a very interesting tool you could consider, especially for complex projects in your consultancy. So now I would I don't want to just tell you how this works and tell you some stories, but I would just concretely showcase you what I believe is cool about these top 3 tools out of these more than 100. And maybe afterwards, afterwards I'll show you where you can read more about those tools, and also some others, many others, which I just don't have the time to present you today. So now I just would like to, now I show you Wolfram, Alpha, Synthesia, and Monday. So let's start with wolframalpha from research. So wolframalpha is kind of the project has been created by Stefan Wolfram. It's a very smart guy who tried to create kind of a quantitative and factual and dynamic Wikipedia for facts. Okay, so this tool is trying to systemize all of the computable knowledge of the world in one interface. The cool thing about it is that as you see it, it's free to use, and it can be used to solve mathematical problems, geometry problems, answer questions about science, technology, society, culture, and everyday life. One of the examples, maybe I can just show you how it works. You can say, give me information about Germany. So as you see, it's also a tool which works via a conversational interface. So you can ask your questions and you'll get the answers. It's extremely broad. So this is just only one example how you could get information about Germany. And this is not all. I want to show you first the simple example and then show you more. So now wolframalpha just pulled much information which can be found in internet about Germany and structured it, providing information about geographical properties, demographics, cultural properties, largest cities, currencies, economic data, employment data, and so on. This would be kind of a sweet overview of some informations, but the cool thing about it is that you can now say compare to USA and China. So when you just extend the request by that, you will see all the information you just saw for Germany, also for the other countries. Okay, and this is also pulling some the data from multiple sources. And the good thing is that you have in one overview really comparable information about multiple, for example, countries. But this exactly works also if you would say about Munich compared to New York. There will be probably a little bit less information. But you will now get some information about Munich, Bavaria, and the New York City, yeah? Which I find is very helpful. And you can work with this exactly, or titanium. So if you have also completely different questions, you get computable knowledge about titanium, no matter what properties you are searching for. So quite exciting. This tool is for free. We are also considering including this in Brian because of the general nature of the information it provides and very broad scope, but you can use and experience it also directly. The second tool I would like to show you quickly would be synthesia. What synthesia does, you probably heard the term already of fake videos, but there are fake videos for good. So this is what synthesia does. Yeah, this tool allows you to create video content in a way which is very much alike regarding the user experience as if you would create PowerPoint presentations. So basically, I believe that every consultant who can work with PowerPoint can now create video content. Of course, our use case, I'll show you how we are using it. So we are using it for product and skill tutorials, but in a consultancy, I can imagine that such short AI-generated videos can be a great help for internal processes like onboarding of new employees, or also grabbing some attention in the case if you want to win a project and you want to do something different. This would be also a way of doing it. And of course, when you conduct projects, especially regarding go-to-market, communication, marketing, and so on, you should know about this availability. The cool thing, I'll show you what it does. What I believe is just crazy. You need to have in mind that this tool costs 30 euros a month. So with 30 euros per month, you can create amazingly realistic looking synthetic videos. So how we are using this tool, maybe just give you an idea how it works. So I told you that it works very much like PowerPoint. So you can move some text, add pictures, backgrounds, and so on. And you can just choose, you can provide the information what the virtual avatar needs to say, like Brian translates files between 100 languages and so on. You just cannot, you can change. So wait a minute. So you have an audio preview.
And translates your files between 100 languages within 3 minutes.
So you get an audio preview, how it will sound. You can adjust the language of the person. So it's not just 20 versions of English, including Australian, Indian, and so on, but also some different voices, let's say, where you can just change the voice of the avatar. And amazing thing is that it also is able to talk, for example, German, the Austrian, Swiss, and German. Yeah, so you can use the same avatar to create videos then in multiple languages, and the marginal cost, you will probably see that, is just copy paste. That means once you have created the content, you can switch to multiple languages. And if you don't like Anna, you can replace the avatar and let Tony say the message, or Trent, or Alicia. Okay, so you just create the content once and can then adjust. And I believe this is just incredible what this tool can do. Of course, for consultancy, you need to find a way, but I believe in order to be different, to also provide some engaging content. It's an interesting way of doing it. And if you don't like any of those and you want to personalize it, Synthesia allows you to create your own avatar. So there will be a digital version of you saying all of these things. Okay, so of course this is a decision of yours, and you need to trust the people who will then use this technology. But I believe this is quite awesome. I'm talking very positive about Synthesia. I just want to make sure you know that we don't have any kind of reward scheme or something. We don't benefit if you thereof if you like Synthesia. I just love smart tools, and I'm happy to share what I believe are the smartest tools out there, and which may be enriching your daily operations as well. So the third tool I would like just to show you from the last category, or here from the collaboration category, because I'm sure you know everything. Yes, I know you know, sure. I assume you know Miro and Asana and Teams and so on. But what I would like to show you, Monday, is a tool for to-do or project management. We are using Monday. It's kind of to-do structured management tool for to-dos and managing everything. So for me, in my startup, I'm using Monday for almost anything. So the key goals, partner management, people management, marketing events management, product management, funding management with investors, potential investors, grants, and also competitors. Everything we have in kind of structured tables. For example, here you see all our selection of our partners. We are working with many companies. So for every company, there is a separated area where you can customize the columns, what you would like to track per line, so to say. And per line, you can also add some comments, documents, and so on. And you can manage the to-dos and topics on multiple levels. Maybe also to give you a glimpse, this webinar you are just participating in order to make it run and work, it's 25 individual topics. And this is how we manage our company and many of our activities. Also our product portfolio. So our product, Brian, has more than 30 skills. So we are managing this skill portfolio also using Monday, managing multiple aspects of individual skills, commenting, providing checklists, and linking to external content. So up to competitors, we have everything in this, so to say, knowledge base you are using. And I can very much imagine if you are not happy with Trello or Asana, just maybe you can give Monday a try. I believe it's an interesting alternative. And again, we don't have any provisions, advantages if you choose them. Again, I love smart tools, and I believe this is an extremely smart one. So now back to our presentation. This was just quickly in 10 minutes, 3 of these tools out of this landscape. If you would like to ask for questions regarding any of these tools or any of the cluster, just ask your questions in the commentary, and if we'll have the time, then I'm happy to answer it, because we have experience almost with all of them. And if not, then we can also answer your questions maybe in a separated session. But feel free to ask your question if you would like to know more about slide graphics and Canva or whatever. Yeah, just feel free to do so. Now I would like to show you and tell you more about Brian. You see that the Ask Brian logo is, of course, is ours. Is figurating multiple areas, and this is what we in fact do. So we created kind of a super assistant, something between human and machine, helping management consultants with the recurring annoying tasks, which are there in every consultancy, no matter if you are a freelancer or working for a Big Four. We see, and the feedback we receive is that there is always a big overlap of the annoying tasks of consultants. And what we try to do is, because it's so overwhelming, the number of tools, solutions, and so on, to integrate them into one. And we are happy that the mission kind of starts to work. I'm working on this, as I said, on my slide number 2 since 2017. And we've been honored that this year in March, we've been honored as the #1 tool for management consultants. If you would understand German, you would see that the service or an assistant who never sleeps. So this is how we made it to be one of the most amazing tools in consulting, also with some quotes and testimonials from Simon Kucher and Goetz Partners, I believe. So we are working with leading consultancies in making the lives of management consultants and business professionals more positive. So basically, the idea behind Brian is that we created one access via Brian, one access to multiple data sources and services. So you don't need to understand the whole landscape of tools, providers, and so on. Our idea is to reduce the complexity and save a lot of time by integrating multiple data sources, the best ones, and services into one interface where you communicate Brian like with an employee or colleague of yours who never sleeps and not just knows these data sources, but has his own subscriptions to all these data sources and services and can help you 24/7 within 3 minutes. So this is what we've done. That means you can imagine Brian as kind of Alexa for business professionals. He's multifunctional and super simple. I will show you how it works. He communicates via very regular email, so you don't even need to install any software to use Brian just via email. He has not an email like me, like Pavel at AskBrian, but just Brian at AskBrian. He understands natural language, and he communicates with you like really a junior colleague who just loves to do also this kind of tasks, which usually the humans don't like or enjoy the most. He also communicates via Microsoft Teams. This is what I will showcase you today. 24/7 within 3 minutes. So there is, even though he communicates like a human, there is no human in the loop because we would not be able to fulfill all these requests within 3 minutes. And he's secure and compliant because usually this is the second question. First, is it really working? Secondly, what happens with my data? So the good news is that we have monthly external audits regarding GDPR compliance, and we are also working in secure environments. So now, what exactly is Brian doing? So he's covering multiple clusters, as I've shown in the slide number 3 and 4. And what we teach Brian to do, so this is the snapshot of his skill set as today, is more than 30 skills. Okay, here are just not all of them, but the most relevant ones. And we organize the skills of Brian as the multifunctional secure digital assistant for consultants and the like business professionals in 4 clusters. The first cluster is file handling, and this was in fact also the first skill of Brian, was to translate documents. So the whole story behind Brian was I had to prepare a presentation and offer. You get input for the case study, but of course it's not in German, but in English, and then nobody is having big fun translating documents and slides. And what Brian does, he translates complete documents, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and PDF within 3 minutes into 100 languages while keeping the formatting. The second skill category is research, where he provides company information, again, with the best providers out there. For public companies, we are using Refinitiv or former Thomson Reuters. For German private companies, for example, Norddata. Then in the area of slide graphics, Brian provides license-free icons, slide templates, and pictures, millions of them, where we work, for example, with pixels. And the next level skills are skills which you would probably not expect to come that early. That means here Brian goes more into creative, qualitative content generation, where, for example, he drafts bullets for your slide. So you just tell him the name of the slide and he creates bullets. And I would just like to show you 3 skills, as I've shown you 3 external tools, how Brian works. So let me show you how it works. So now I'm moving to the chat in Microsoft Teams. So we are already an official Microsoft Teams application in the App Store. And you would be able to find us under apps if this is not prohibited by your Teams administrator. And what you do, for example, to translate a document, you just write translate the file from German to English. So this is also kind of request you would ask probably your maybe intern or working student. And I like to use a scanned PDF document as an example, because it shows that Brian combines the best technologies out there to do the job. Okay, so in this case, Brian understood someone wants from him the translation of a document from German and English. He knows me, so he will answer. Otherwise, he would say you don't have access to this. He understands this is a scanned PDF document. I can quickly show you how it works, how it looks like. So you see it's a scan of a document. It's a little bit pixely, but not too bad. And it has multiple pages in German. And I just asked him to convert and translate, in fact, this document from in German to English, probably as a use case we have quite often. And then there is also kind of a stamp of the notary who did the job for us. So, and you see, it took just few seconds that Brian, he was faster than me explaining the skill. He converted the document into Word and translated into English. And I will just quickly jump into the document so you see what the result is. So you see, it was a scanned document in German, and now it's a native Word document, including with all this formatting in Word. And the only one thing which remained as the picture is here the stamp of the notary. So this is basically how Brian works, 100 languages within a few seconds, as you have seen. The second skill I would like to show you is send me information about BASF. And in this case, again, Brian understands someone wants from him information, probably about the company. Now he'll probably ask one clarifying question, if what kind of company I'm interested in, or he will just drive or provide the direct information about BASF. And maybe to save time, because I see that we have already half an hour is gone. So I hope your time flies as quick by as it's in my perception. I will show you also the third skill, which I just wanted to show you. And you see that Brian just pulled the data from Thomson Reuters and created excellent PowerPoint documents about BASF. Okay, I will just quickly go through it so you see how amazing information he provides. Multiple data sheets. He provides the complete profit and loss balance sheet, cash flow statements, multiple ratios, not just on annual level, but also on quarterly level. He compares BASF with the industry and provides many, many more other informations, 150 KPIs about the company. And in PowerPoint, you find, so to say, lovely presented key numbers and informations about the company. The last skill I would like to show you is one from the creative field, next level, where I believe you probably haven't seen something like this before. It's just, you can ask Brian draft bullets for example, a webinar success factors. Okay? So what you do now is that you can ask Brian for key points or bullets about any topic. What he'll use to perform this job will be the language prediction model from OpenAI. So again, we are working with the best technologies out there. He'll also trigger a request for some pictures, and he'll create fully automated, as you see it here within seconds, that Brian provides or generates 2 slides. Let's see what he created. So he provides 2 slides with two pictures with should be interactive with some qualitative pictures. The scope of this skill is endless. Okay, so you can ask bullets for anything, also for cooking potatoes, anything. Have a clear call to action so that webinars are not just informative but also result in conversion, and so on. So you have some interesting hints there, and you can ask anything for drafting bullets. So this would be it. I know we don't have much time, so I don't want to steal too much time from your questions and answers block. So now I would say it's the time to ask you if there are any questions you would like to have asked. Yeah? Sonia, do we have some questions?
Hi, Pavel. Thank you very much for the presentation. And of course, we have some questions. I'll start one by one.
So here a short summary of our questions and answer section of the webinar, because we have seen that the quality of the recording was not the best. Therefore, here's just in a very reduced version. There have been 4 key questions. The first one was if you need individual subscriptions to use all the skills of Brian, and the answer is no, you don't need these individual subscriptions. Brian has you covered. That means Brian has the subscriptions, AskBrian has the subscription, so all the fees are included in the overall Brian fee. Related to this question, the second question number 2 is regarding the pricing. So the individual prices you can see on our website, and for our company offerings, we have basically, especially for consultancies, we have a price model where we say that Brian, that every consultant needs Brian, therefore the price is €10 per employee and month, and the prescription period is 12 months. Alternative to this is that you just buy individual seats for individual teams or employees, where the price then starts at €28 per month. And the question number 3 was, for how many users is Brian available? And the answer is Brian is unlimited. So Brian can be used by any number of employees, and also the number of requests is not unlimited. The question number 4 was related to how to work with Brian. How do I know what to ask him? So of course you can always ask him for his skills, but also if you ask for a cheat sheet, how we call it, then you get a list of all the direct commands enabling you to ask for what you need directly. So you don't need to stick with these formulations, but they make it super easy and super fast, using all the skills of Brian in a very intuitive, quick and efficient way. So these were basically the questions, and now back to the original recording of our webinar. So if you would like to learn more, so we are creating a lot of content for management consultants on our blog page. That means if you go to AskBrian AI/blog, or just screen the QR code, you will see that we are having our blog page where we share Brian on consulting relevant topics. So there are, for example, 10 reasons why we believe that every consultant needs Brian. Here are all the clusters described. Also, what is our core pick in every cluster? What are the 2 top free Excel templates, libraries, freelancing tools, best information sources for consultants, 25 best free data sources for every consultant. So we have you see a lot of content, especially for management consultants, and this is what you can access for free. And for free, you can also schedule a talk with us. So if you would like to have an extra session where we could talk about how we do onboardings for consultancies, no matter the size, then just schedule a talk. It costs also nothing. We are happy to talk about your situation, your questions, and to show you how maybe we could make Brian available to all your colleagues. So, and finally, me and Alex, we are in the talk. We are the interface between Brian and our clients and future clients and prospects, and also people who have ideas about new skills, because we are searching all the time for exciting use cases. So if you would like to contact us, just do so. We are also quite active on LinkedIn, as you maybe noticed already. So we are happy to connect with exciting business professionals, and just let's have a talk if you think that then Brian couldn't be of help, or if you say, hey, you need to include ClickUp to the landscape, then we can have a look and assess if we'll include it in the next update of the consulting tools landscape. So this is basically it. Yeah. So this would be the next steps. We'll probably also afterwards share some content from this talk, also probably the video of this recording, and yeah, your last chance maybe to ask a question. And I see that we managed the time perfectly, so we are just 3 minutes ahead of schedule. If there are no further questions now, then thank you for your attention, your time tonight, and I'm happy to stay in touch, and maybe we'll do more together in the future. Yeah. So thank you very much. Have a great evening.